Hello everyone and welcome to the training. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about creating your future and how a simple goal setting strategy can help you build the business of your dreams. Now, I know you've probably seen that a lot of, big celebrities, sports people, and other people that are of influence in business have used this exact strategy for goal setting to really turn their dreams into a reality. And if you haven't done so already, please print out that PDF form that you can find on the website, domoniquegaris.com. When you click on the free training tab, it's actually underneath of the training on the right side, and it says print the PDF. So stick with me, and here we go. Goals create your future, and without goals, you'll leave your future to chance. Where will you end up if you don't know where you're going? Setting goals is the first step to turning the invisible to the visible. I'm going to show you guys exactly how my mentors, along with other highly successful business icons, use goal setting, emotional triggers, mental programming, and neural conditioning to build their 6- and 7-figure businesses, and how you can too. Now this check right here that you see is from one of my mentors, and it's Brian Finale, and as you can see, he actually wrote it out to himself, signed it himself. It's his check, right? And he wrote this check to himself on, as you can see, kind of, March 24th, 2006. And he wrote it out for $1 million, right? And at that time, he was actually a broke musician. He had no money, but he had a goal, and it was a 3-year goal. So this was his first step. And to take it even a step further and to reinforce his goal, he actually wrote this out. By March 24th, 2009, I am a millionaire. I can cash the check I wrote to myself 3.5 years ago. I'm financially free and own my beautiful beach mansion. I spend my days with my family and friends, and my kids will never see daycare. I am extremely happy, and life gets better every day. I realize now that I could have lived like this whenever I wanted. I just didn't make the decision to create it yet. People are irresistibly attracted to me, and I can do and succeed at whatever I desire. I created this. This is my reality. And then this happened 3 years later, March of 2009, right? As you can see here on this chart, one of his businesses actually did $962,009.13, right? And this was literally to the day, which is crazy. Everything he had envisioned and meditated on and set his goal on, it happened, right? And like I said, this was literally the day, March 24th, 2009. One of his businesses had done up to this amount of money, which is crazy. And let's be honest, he couldn't cash his $1 million check because he wasn't quite there. But the question is, did his strategy and his methods work? And what's really crazy is the last 7 months of his 3-year goal, he made just under 7 figures. And he had no idea how he was going to make it happen back in 2006. Like I told you guys before, he was a broke musician and he was working at a bar. He literally had barely any money. He was broke. So how is this even possible, right? And that's exactly what we are going to get into. So what really happened? Before we get started, we must agree on the 3 following things before we move forward. And there's a few laws. Universal law. Thoughts become things. All potentials exist. Everything is energy. What we want has a certain frequency, and if we can match our frequency with its frequency, watch out. Things are about to happen, right? Countless scientific studies now prove that all 3 of these laws are true. So, are you ready for the secret? Here's the secret. The secret is constant focus, goal setting, mental rehearsal, emotional triggers, mental programming, and neural conditioning. And keep in mind that story about my mentor, Brian Finale. With nearly 7 months left of his 3-year goal, he was nowhere near his goal. Here's what you are going to have to do, and here's what he did, right? You have to create the future in advance with this goal. With goals, we create the future if it's done properly. You have to make your mind, body, and brain look as if the event already happened. Body and mind can't tell the difference. Same emotions elicited chemically and neurologically. Make your thoughts become more real than your current circumstances. You really have to believe it. Biochemically, physiologically, and neurologically have to become a different person. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, I've heard all this goal stuff before, and stop it, stick with me. I promise this is going to be worth it. Most people want X and then they feel Y, and that's backwards. That's actually the old method. Cause and effect versus cause and effect, right? That's the old model versus the new model. So for cause and effect, most people would say with that old mindset, I will be a millionaire once I have $1 million in my account. That's when I will feel wealthy, right? When in reality, what we need to do is to cause an effect. Like, how are you going to get to that $1 million? You need to cause an effect. You must get your body and brain ahead of the event, and you must become that person now. And yes, it can be challenging. So let's play a game before we talk about how we're going to make this real for you. If you haven't done so already, please print out that PDF form because it's going to take you step by step through the next few steps here. So step number 1, what do you want? Write down a 90-day goal in the present tense. For example, my business is, my life is, I am, etc. So by X date, meaning that's where you want to put the date in for your goal, I am a $5,000 a month earner and get 20 plus leads per day. By this date, I have already helped 10 people earn their first $100 a month online. And by this date, I'm 20 pounds lighter, right? What do you want? Step number 2, why do you want it? Because this will allow me to quit my job and be home with my family. Because I want to show people a better way and help them to be free. Because I want to have the energy to play with my 3-year-old. Now, that would be a big goal for a lot of people, including myself. But the real why, your real why is going to be your fuel, right? Step number 3, who must you be and avoid being, which is the opposite, in order to reach this goal? How would this person walk, talk, act, treat others, think, be, etc.? And how would this person not walk, talk, act, treat others, think, be, etc.? And become conscious of who and what triggers this person and stop it. Just cut it off. Step number 4, how could you get it? Now, don't get too hung up on this. And yes, chunking down a goal is necessary to a degree, but you can't possibly know every single detail about your goal. You need to dream big. You need to get inspired. And if your conscious knew exactly how, you would already have it. So you need to really tap into your unconscious, infinite intelligence and let those miracles happen. Now, here are some daily action steps that I want you to use for you to achieve your goals, right? So you want to make this a fun game to create your destiny. Every single day for at least 10 minutes or 1 hour, which this is what my mentor does, and I actually do about 30 minutes of meditation. And during this time, I flood my mind, my body, my brain with emotions like gratitude, things that you would feel when you achieve the goal. And you want to memorize this emotion so that you can call on it at any time. Something that I did was after I wrote down all of my goals, I actually recited them into a recording on my phone. And every day what I do is I actually play it back to myself. I actually do that twice per day, right? So that's something that you guys could do for yourself as well. At the very first part of your day, you want to decide who you're going to be and not be, because those are the first thoughts of your day. And you normally, like when you wake up, you have a specific programming already in your head, and you're going to have specific thoughts in the morning already. So you need to change that, and you need to continue to do that every day so that it becomes a new habit. And if done properly, you will get out of your chair a different person. Like you're literally going to have new neural connections, new physiologically, new biochemistry, and a new frequency. Repetition conditioning. Become the person now. Repeat, 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 right? Put an anchor in your pocket. Now, I don't mean a literal anchor. I mean, like Brian used, he used that check that he wrote to himself for $1 million, right? So you can do something like that, or You could write yourself a check, and then if you have a, one of your whys is one of your children, you could paperclip a picture of your child to that check. But you want them to be things that are going to make you feel, like you're living in your purpose, and you want to be able to feel those things and call them those things at any time. So you want it to be something that you can keep with you always. Sticky notes are great. Put them everywhere, in your car, on your mirror, office. This way you can feel it always. And when you're not constantly engaged with someone or something, you should be 100% always constantly thinking about and focusing on that goal and the feeling of already having it. Believe. It is possible. And a lot can happen when you commit, believe, and become the person now through daily mental rehearsal. Because one step in the right direction is worth a million years thinking about it. Don't take any more time thinking about it. Whatever you want to do, believe that you can do it. Write your goals out. Print that PDF form if you haven't done so already, and go back through this training again if you need to. And write everything out. And I promise you that you are going to have amazing results. Good luck to you in your future, and I will talk to you guys soon.